Hello, everybody. If I can get this right, if I can get this right. Get it on, baby. Just a little bit longer, baby. Get it on tonight, tonight. When to be, come on. I need someone like I never needed love before. You're too much, baby. Have a little time, and I'm back for more. Do you, baby? It just says free. It's the only way to be. Who's in? Who's in? I see one. Who is it? I don't see who you are. Who is it? I'm waiting for more. I'm waiting for some more coming in. At least somebody say hi. Maybe nobody. Maybe nobody liked the last video, as in the one that was a drama, the drama one. Maybe nobody liked it. Maybe everybody thought that it was. Hi, Charles. I actually cried when I actually nearly just about cried when I opened the box. I'm just waiting for some more coming in because I don't want to keep having to, because it's quite a heavy piece, so it is, because it's a box from Joe Durbin that's been lying for quite some time, since last year, and basically I needed a kick up the rear end, and I was talking to a friend of mine's last night, and he said, "Why don't you do 5 minutes long?" And I thought, I laughed about it. I was like, haha. It's like you're having a laugh because I'm like, 5 minutes, me 5 minutes video. You must be joking. Because a lot of my videos, when I do my videos, it's just basically one time, and that's it. So it's like as if I have this idea in my head, or something's been bothering me, and I'll just run, and I'll just run with it. And the last time I went to do a video, I was saying to George, when I video called him, found it buried. I says to him, what happened is I put the Chromebook on. Had this blooming rant, this long rant, and stopped the video, and it says, quote on the Chromebook says, video hasn't basically, the video wasn't there. So I was like, no, I was like, fuck. And I'm like, I'm not doing that again, because I'm like, I was in it at the time, and because obviously the camera didn't record that, even although that I pressed the camera, speaking in the camera, seen the camera roll, and it says something about file not found, or something like that. And I thought, damn it. So I never bothered about that video at the time. And the next video that was done changed, and then yesterday's video was basically a drama video because I was watching YouTube, minding my own business. I texted Joe, minding my own business, and the next thing I gets, ding! I went, who the hell's that? I don't want to say the person. I don't want to say the person's name because it's telling me this live stream's not about. It's not about that, and I'm not going to because I don't want to get into it. As I said in the video, it was the drama. I don't want them involved in it. The last one, Charles. The one before. No, it wouldn't have been the one with drama. It would have been it'd been the one before that. I tried to, because that day that I done that one, the one previous before the drama, that was the one that I was going to do the thing with. There was something that was in my mind, in the back of my mind, and it was about an email or something like that. I hate doing, see the drama ones. I hate doing them, but it's like when I'm doing the journey through YouTube, I'm actually doing the journey for myself, as in to give you all the experience, because everybody has this perception that YouTube is a wonderful place. It's the best place you'll ever want to go. You can make money. You can make money off it, and everybody thinks videos are easy, but they forget about all the, as in like the consequences or the occurrences, as in when you do a video and then end up you get comments which could be either positive or negative comments, as in as motorsport says, controversial. It's controversial, and this is what happens. It's controversial. Well, it says there's 4 people watching. Watch this bad boy. I'm like that, and I'm thinking, why is that box so heavy? Oh, why is that heavy? Watch this. I'm going to pull the first one out. This is a box of goods that's been hanging about for so long. It's because I don't have the space. I'm limited for space, and then 7 weeks before Christmas, all I've done is fixing mobile phones, as in trying to test them. As I've been dealing with a guy, as in for and then his mother sadly passed away. So I've been trying to sort of help him, but I don't want to feel like I don't want him feeling that I'm taking pity on him. So I'm like, well, there's stuff that I really want, and I'm like, I don't want to refuse it, because some of it has been really good stuff, good quality, and I'm like, that's what I want that's to go on eBay. But I didn't really want to do two things. I didn't want to do eBay and do YouTube. I'd done eBay before, and I know how it works, but I don't do coins on eBay. And that was the whole idea, was to put coins on the channel and then do like giveaways, and as in maybe the odd contributions back, the supporters getting a bit of contribution, and then me giving it back, sort of thing, all that sort of stuff. But it's not really. See, I never really built the channel for, as in, to be famous or the money part of it. It was to feel like, as in, to help others and basically not feel isolated. Right, now, this is, I haven't shown you a piece yet, right? Now, there's a pirate. Ahar, me hearties. And I want you to do me one favour. This is something else. Man Mountain Metals, right? Wait until you see this. This is not silver. It's made out of bismuth, but But let's see this. I'll use all that. Some of the spikes fell off it, but didn't all dismantle itself. Thank God. Let's see this piece, right? It's in a bandana, right? It's in a bandana. What's this? Check that bad boy. I thought it was going to be on a wee piece. It's a dragon's head. 7.5 ounce. 7.5 ounce. Some of the spikes have fell off the back. Of it. Everything else is there. You can see all its eyes and everything. I'm trying to so that everybody can see it. I nearly cried when I saw it. I nearly cried. Because I like dragons and animals and all that carry on. You're more than welcome to come up on the panel. I want to do the mail calls just to show everybody what came in. That you couldn't. There's no way you could send that as a giveaway. Too heavy. 7.5 ounce, but 7.5 ounce of pure bismuth. I bought it because I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. And it was because I really think that Man Mountain Metals pieces are something else. There's a lot of pourers on our community, and some of the stuff is really. You look at it in camera and you go, nah. When you see it up close, you're like, oh my God. At 7 point. Texas is right. It isn't. I've got it wrong. It's 71.5. I thought it was 7 ounce. It's no. If anybody's a moderator, as in put Man Mountain Metals in the chat, because that's what I want, and that's Man Mountain Metals. I got a few pieces to show yet from him. There's some going in the giveaways, because that's why I started buying them, because I was like, well, I think they're worth more as in when they went to auction, as in at Joe Durbin's auctions. That's how I'm like, but I don't want people feeling that Alex bumping the price up, as in trying to, make, because it's obviously the money's going back to Man Mountain Metals, as in to basically help him do more pieces, but his pieces are something else. Although that some of the spikes have fell off his head, but it's still very detailed. That's what I like about it. It's well detailed. You can see all the eyes and everything. It's sort of the head, as in the facial features. I wasn't really worried about the ears. It was more the. I don't know, Texas. If you can do it in bismuth, you probably could do it in copper, but it depends as in how much scrap you would actually need to do it. That will get put up somewhere at some point, because it's actually in a box of its own. I thought, well, I wonder why that box is so heavy, because I'm like, well, it's either penny. I was like, it's either pennies or it's got to be something, and then I was like, and I totally forgot all about it. And I seen this brown box, and I'm like, And it says Alec on it because they repackage everything for me. They've turned around and says they can't do it. They can't do it no more. I totally understand. And I'm not. I've not took offence by it, as in them saying, as in they've stopped. They're not going to do shipping anymore to me. They'll ship their stuff, but it become too much, as in from the community, as in the amount of stuff that was coming, the amount of stuff that was coming in, which I can totally understand. And then they were having to repackage it and all that, so it was taking time for them to do it all. But it was good while it lasted. Put it that way. And then we sent to them. I don't know if it was Diane or whatever, gourmet taffy for last year. I was laughing this thing you sent us over to Messenger and to Andrew Cooper and says, look, here a box has been lying for over a year, and I didn't even know that they were in it. They're probably still good. Probably nothing wrong with them. Best before the 8th of the 9th, 2022. They're probably alright in that. Right guys, let's see what else. Right, so that's that piece shown. So when I open a box, I like to finish the box. I don't like to finish the box, because it means then I can put the box away and I don't have to worry about it, and then it means that I can sit and organise it when I get time. But sometimes I get so lackadaisical and I'm like, I just can't be bothered. I'm like, just not got the energy. Because when I started it, I goes, it'll only be goes like that to mum. I says, it'll only be a couple of pieces, it'll be alright. Aye, cut of pieces, my arse, my bum, cut of pieces, aye, right. Right, so we've got I didn't even know it was, honestly, Texas Joe, I didn't even know it was in there, because I didn't even bother opening the box. I used to open them as soon as I got them, I couldn't wait, and the boxes used to go opened, and then it got to a certain point, I was like, I've not enough space, and I'm like, left it unopened, There's, so you get 2008 United States proof set. Because when I start collecting something, I want to try and finish it. But I think I was going too. To be honest, I think I was going too fast, like as if it was going to run out. But I know that I just heard through the grapevine about the USA pennies, as in I think something about they're stopping making them or something. Well, luckily I got a whole load of pennies. I scrap and hoard and think I'm fun. I'm only working off StreamYard's comments or whatever, so I don't see if about the YouTube side. Is that S? Does that say S? That's an S. That looks like 2008. That looks like 2008 S. It's in there. That's what that looks like. Definitely looks like an S to me. That's a nice one. Little wee spot. There's a little spot on the one sense. See, I don't usually crack these open. Don't crack them open. Usually, if they're singles ones, they get sort of put into like a bag, and then if I don't have it, I usually, because that was the whole idea. Because I'm like, well, if I want to sell stuff, or say for instance I've got too much yet, what I get to somebody else that can put it into their collection, and then I'm like, well, at least if I can show one a sample and say, look, that's the quality you're gonna get, because that's me. It's like I think sometimes that I'm over picky with coins. There's some coins where I've seen it in Joe Durbin's and I've went, just because to me it looks yucky, as in because it's old, might not be yucky to somebody else. But I want the sort of better sort of stuff so that I can think, well, if I've got it and somebody else, if I like it, somebody else will like it. That's my way of looking at it. Because we get taught at Dorset Reclaim, if you won't have it in your home, because they used to get donations for the general public, they would go to your house and they would get told this sofa's to go, this to go, that's to go, this to go. They would have a look at it and say, right, is it worth taking? If it wasn't worth taking, they would say, no, it's not your standard. Or they would do it in a tactful way to the customer, as in because they were picking up donations, because it was a charity organisation. But the way they taught us, as in when we were volunteering for them, if it's no good for you, then do not pick it up, as in it's not good enough to bring it back here for them to get a donation from somebody else that may be able to use it. That was their way of working, their way of doing it. And it sort of made it stick in my mind, well, if it's not good enough for me, or it doesn't know my cup of tea, I'm not going to buy it just for the sake of buying it. And that's why I sort of stick to the better sort of quality items when I see them. I'm not saying that there are no good quality items in Joe Durbin's sale. I'm not saying that. Just some people like silver. I know sometimes that I've went into Joe Durbin's and tried to buy silver out of there, and it's been I felt it's over my budget, or no, what I want to pay for it. So, who did the dragon? It was Man Mountain Metals, scrapping, hoarding, tinkering fun. Hold on, we'll go back then. So to let you see it, I'll go back. We'll go back. If I have to go back, I'll go back another time, mate. I'm gonna eat it. I don't feel like it now because I've got so fingered. I've been picking at biscuits, and I've got to be in the mood for. I've got to be in the mood for eating sweeties. Some of his wee bits came off of his ears, the wee spikes. There he's there. There he's there, scrapping, hoarding, tinkering fun. I'm trying to show it as in the best as I can without my fingers being in front of it. There she's there. Hopefully you can see the picture alright. Hopefully it's clear enough. See, I lost a gecko. I lost one that was like it looked like a lizard, but it was a gecko. It was a gecko. To me, it looked more like a gecko than a lizard. As in, and it was in our case, and every time, wherever it was placed in the case, people kept asking about this lizard, the gecko. And we kept saying it wasn't for sale, but it seemed to be like a lucky charm. And while it was in the big case, because we used to sell jewellery a long time ago, me and Dad used to get it at an auction. We didn't pay indemnity and all that carry on. It was whatever you put your hand up, that's what you paid. It'd been going for years, and we found it by accident through another source, and nobody wanted us to go to it. And we found it was on the Trongate upstairs. I can't remember the name of the place now. Been years ago, back years. And we used to make money out of the case. And I'm like, I insisted that I'm sure that it's that gecko that's doing it, as in that gecko. But he lost the gecko, or it went missing. I don't know if he sold it or whatever. And I've been looking for one ever since. Now the gecko was only about. It looked like as if it was done in pewter. It wasn't silver. Well, it was sort of silver, but it wasn't. It was more. You could see it was pewter. It was different type of metal, but it was quite. You could see all the details and everything. It was about that long. That was about the size. It was about that long, but about that big, with tail on the tail and everything on it. And I'm like, I really would like another one like it or near enough it. And when I seen the dragon head, I thought, I like that. I thought, that's nice. That's well detailed there. I thought that somebody pouring that is an artist. It's like I can hear music and I've got a musical ear and I go, that's going to be a number one. Like rated, like I don't know if they're on YouTube ratings, and there's another guy called Hype Joe in Australia, and I sees the other week there, I thought his record that he's done, or one of the numbers that he's doing, which is his own words, is going to be a hit. And that's what I'm like with an artist, as and I can tell an artist, especially through his work. And when I saw it, that's when I fell in love with it, and that's why I started buying. Because I've got quite scrap and hoarding, tank and fun. That's only just one piece that I've got, a man-made mountains. I have got smaller pieces somewhere, but I don't know where they are at the moment because I haven't opened the boxes since last year. Because I've been needing a kick up the arse. And it was Andrew Cooper. I was talking to Andrew as in Messenger, and he says to me, you need to start showing some of these. You need to start showing some of these bits. As in doing like even a 5-minute video. He says, we even like just a few pieces. And I'm like, well, that's nice of doing. I'm like, right, I'm going to go and do a bit of tidying up because Mum's went over to Pauline's because over here on Sunday it's Mother's Day and I haven't bought her a blooming thing. My sister sent her something and she says to me this morning, she went, I'm away over at Pauline's. Oh, you go. On you go. Fine. As long as I know where you're going, disappear. So he usually leaves me in the doors anyway. And this afternoon I'm like, I wonder who's on, and I'm like, Lighty Collects usually comes on in the afternoon. Lighty's not on the day, as in Saturday. Saturday's usually his day, and he's not been on, and I thought, if he's not on, I might go on. And then I seen Mark Stone on, I thought, I'll leave it till Mark Stone comes off. And then I thought, well, I can't just keep saying, well, as in he wait until there's a slot, because there'll never be a slot. I'll need to pick a day of some sort and do one, and usually I just do them on the spur of the moment. Usually they're spontaneous. Never picked a day. I just feel that as in the afternoon is the right time for the Americans and the British to be on. And Saturday and Sunday is always, as in the kids are at home, the adults maybe do a half day on a Saturday. Some of them are working like a late shift or whatever. And usually there's quite a lot of people on, because used to be, Dad used to say to me, remember to try and get them, when you're putting any stuff on eBay, try and make sure it finishes Sunday night. Sort of early doors, sort of Monday morning, but sort of late. And I've always done it that way, because I'm like, well, Saturday and Sunday, two busiest days, as in online, as in especially for sales, Saturday, Sunday, especially on eBay. But I haven't done eBay for a long time. I am thinking of going back, but then I'm thinking, am I going to get videos done? Am I going to get the work done that I need to get done? And then I'm like, do I really want to? And I'm like, well, do you enjoy? See, the thing is, I enjoy phones, but I enjoy auctions as well. And that's why I came to hang me as in the coin community. Because I went to the first auction and the buzz came back with doing auctions, because Dad used to take me to the auctions. I used to go there with him. I used to watch. Can you blow metal like glass? I don't know. I know glass will will blow, because obviously as in putting it through a hollow tube. But I don't know if you can do that as in a melting furnace, or where if you took it out the furnace where you could do it. You could do it. The person they asked would be scrapping hard and tinkering fun, and obviously that's what you are talking about, or talking with each other, although that you are on the stream. Now I've got smaller pieces of mountain, but I really would like to do, if that's what I'm saying, if you haven't got mountain metals, please check his channel out. Money's tight, Charles. That's the problem. Money's tight, and then obviously because, as in it used to get sent to Joe Durbin. So if I don't want to bombard them with stuff again, and they turn around and says, as in we can't do it no more. So it means then that if I bought stuff for Red, he can't send it to Joe's. So where am I going to get sent to? That's something that I wanted to sort of do it in the quiet, because I didn't want people to go to and turn around and make it a big drama, because I'm not making it a big drama. I'm not offended by it, because I know how much work the two of them do, and I'm not down decrying them. I wouldn't do that. I don't even do it with Lemonhead. Even if there was a confliction, miscommunication, I wouldn't do it, because I'm not that type of person. I don't create drama. I never have. And I don't. That's the last thing I want to do is create drama on the thing on the coin community. I'm actually tears because uh, I'm I'm I get emotional. Sometimes that's why I disappear off YouTube when all the drama starts, because I end up get roped into it and then end up I can't work out which ones. But I didn't want to say to everybody as in and because I don't want people as in bombarding Joe and all that with emails about it. It was good at the time, anyway, as in it was good. It was good. But it's too much for them to keep doing it on a regular basis. And I said I would find somebody else who would do it, but not at the moment. I'm trying to do trying to run two projects at the same time at the moment. This is all just stuff that's been lying, as in that's been sent over in boxes, as in that I haven't even opened. There's 4 of thing, mate. There's 4 of Lemonhead. 4 of Lemonheads, and there's another one coming, as in the last one. If somebody tells me something that's happening, as in with their predicament or their personal issues, and they tell me, I tend not. That's not my. It's not my place to start talking about it or say about it. It's for them to say. But I deal with people that I can trust, and that's what I do when I go into an auction. As in, it's somebody that I've never dealt with before. I give them a fair chance, the benefit of the doubt. As in, and if the first box comes, I usually do. What I usually do is I do the first auction, and then I do a box of shipping. And when the box comes, it gives me a bit of breathing. That's like, that's maybe a good person to deal with. If when it becomes a regular thing, you give them more trust. You sort of know where you stand. You know where you stand, and that's what I like about Lemonhead and Joe Durbin and Coin Op and Red's good to deal with, and SHTF. There's a lot of people that are awesome people that I could shout out, as in that have been through their channels, or I know them as an acquaintance, not as I wouldn't class people as friends. I would class them more as acquaintances. So I would, because I actually deal with the people, or I've dealt with them in the past, and I've never had a problem with them. There's been wee bits of discrepancies, and downway it's been sorted out or whatever else, or it's sort of took time, because it takes time for to ship stuff over the United Kingdom. Because I've got an order for where are they? I'm not talk about them. I've got an order for 2021 Canadian dimes. I was talking to Brissy Boy seen it on the timeline, and he's like, he saw the coloured dime, and he goes, I like that, and I was trying to explain to him. I says, look, I'm doing it as 3 coins. There's a special wrap set, which I was told buy them or get them. There's only 40,000 of them produced. The first batch, get in there before they're all gone. So I bought 2 sets, because I'm not right. Let's see where I can get them from. Tried everybody in the community. Everybody's like, nah. I'm done. nah, we can get them, but as in, I was like, okay, fine, okay, no problem, not going to make a big deal out of it. Went to, because I know that I started dealing with Westminster collections. So I knew there was 4 different mints, but they were all sort of individually, as in individuals. So, looks on it. Canadian Mint. Puts in an order. The order won't release itself. I thought, this is crazy, this. Says, find your nearest high-end MBPD. Find your nearest local coin dealer. I thought, oh no, here it comes again. I'm on, no. Done a search. Done a search on Google. Got a guy. Went on his website. So a couple of specials on sale. I'm like, so I started messing about with the shipping. Because with time, I put in like for 3 sets or for 3 lots, shipping's too high. So I'm not paying that for shipping. So if I take 1 set away, would it put shipping price down? But 2 sets, get told somebody wanted the other set. Says, I would like a set, I would like a set. I says, right, I'll get 2 sets, keep 1 set for myself, as not a full set, not a full roll set. I'll get 2. So I emailed the person, or a thing to message the person. Never heard word from him. I'm only putting on what the price it costs me, so that it would take the sting away from my set. Still haven't heard from the person. So I bugger it. So started showed the video them. I was like, it's just cost too much to ship them over here. As in for you shipping it for your end to wherever it's gone. Okay, that's fine. Wait there. I thought, well, everybody else in the coin community is going on all these Facebook groups and all that carry putting coins on, showing coins and whatever else. A couple of people selling coins and on Facebook. Place as on their timeline. So bugger it. I'll do the same. So a memorable thing came up saying, this is over a year, this has been up or whatever, would you like to repost it, reshare it? Okay, reshare it. So then I thought, hold on a minute, the Canadian Blue Noses. So, I know what I'll do. I'll put a price on them, or I'll put some wording and show them. Brissy, his friend, requested me as in accepting me as friend request, because a lot of them that are friends on my Facebook are from YouTube. Brissy saw them. Brissy's like, hi Wendy. Brissy's like, I saw it and went, I like that coloured one. Okay. I says, but he went, I just want a coloured one. 3 or 4 messages went back and forward, and I'm trying to explain to him, look, it's going as 3 coins. There's 2 non-painted, and there's 1 painted. One's got a water scene. The bottom, I can't find them now. On the bottom with the 2021 Canadian dime, there's a blue water scene. They call it a blue nose. They call it a blue nose dime. It's on the bottom. He was only interested in that coin. I'm trying to explain to him. There's 3 coins. It's a special, what they call a special wrap set. That's what they call it, a special wrap set. I bought the full rolls, and I'm like, right, I opened it up, I ripped it open, because I was like, right, I'm going to take a cut out because I knew Andrew says to me, keep me a set. I said, well, do you want a full rolls? He went, no, I just want, if it's 3 coins, give me 3 coins. So I kept some back, a set back for him, set back for myself, a set back for Dale, and somebody else. I knew I'd put them away because I'd bust the roll open. So the roll all fell to pieces, and Brissy saw it and he's like, I don't want him in that bubble wrap, as in the bubble wrap packaging, as in no loose. So okay then, put the glove on. I put gloves go on, especially when I'm handling coins. Put the glove on, put it in the roll, and I says to him, is that better? Do you think? Because I'm still learning about this stuff. I'm not a connoisseur of coins, as in I like coins as because I was into them a long time ago. But I stopped doing it because my dad's like, well, does anybody actually want them? How many are you going to keep? How big are you going to, how long are you going to keep these for? That's why Poppy, that's why I went off the coins, because everything that was in this house, as in especially my dad was about, as in before his illness, everything got sold. If it could move, it was gone. So I was like, well, I can't keep nothing. I was like, so I didn't go into coins. But then after Dad having the illness and all the rest, and me having because I was told I'm not allowed, well, I didn't get told I wasn't allowed to smoke. I've been told that it's in my best interest not to go back on them, because if I do end up and my health to deteriorate. I knew my health took a deteriorate. I knew it took a dip because I was nearly choking on when I was smoking a cigarette. So I knew it was telling me, my body was telling me, time to give it up. So I decided, well, if I've got a hobby, I might as well do it. And that's what started it all off. I didn't realise how big or how bad the obsession would get. I didn't know that it would get. To me, it feels as if it's out of control at the moment. Oh, well, the money's there, as in thing, and I'm like, well, that money's there for savings. What if? Because if I get it for the government, now if there's an overpayment, they want it back. But usually what they do is, if you don't have it to give them it back, they usually take it off of next year's payments, as in take it off in like little drabs. And I'm like, well, if there's been an overpayment, I would rather as in pay it back at the end of the year, as in whatever, because it becomes frightening, because they send you like letters saying me telling you there's been an overpayment, we've overpaid you with so much, blah blah blah, we are going to take it back, we need the funds back. And sometimes what they do is they'll let you for the first couple of letters, and then eventually they start hounding you. When they hound you, usually they tell you, well, if you can't afford to pay it off, as in like in a lump sum, we'll take it back in smaller payments, as we pay you. And that's why I sort of, but then I'm thinking, if I use that money in the savings, this is when it's going to get stressing me out. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want stressed out anymore. Oh, fuck it. But the thing is, if the money's there, I'm like, well, I might as well just spend it, because the bank's not going to give me interest in it. But as I said, I don't really do coins for profit. It's not a thing that it was not. I mean, it's like somebody saying, well, you've got a hobby and you've got 15 motors sat outside. Well, what are you going to do with 15 motors? You can't drive 15 at the same time. And maybe say 15, and there's like 4 of them that's laid there as needing work done on them, and there's bits for that needing in this one, and there's parts needing there. Do you know what I mean? It does, because it becomes a passion. It starts off as a hobby and it becomes as a passion. And when you're passionate about something, you really know what you're doing with it, or you're really into it. This is what happened with me. I start a hobby and it's like it starts to take over. That's why I stopped doing eBay, because it was taking over. It was actually taking over my whole life. It was like the customers. I felt like I was running about for the customers, as in after it, because I was putting stuff on and I was selling it. I was selling it, as in like, say for instance, I was putting like 12 on, but it wasn't like a regular cut. It wasn't like a regular thing. It was like 1 week would be like 8, then it end up might be the next week 4, and then maybe 2 there, 3 there, as in, but it wasn't like a consistent, as in all the time, clients coming in and out all the time, as in like overwhelming. But I wasn't making profit at it. I was just recycling the stuff, as in buying it up, putting it on for what I got it for, tidying it up, stuff. Because I don't put, when I put a phone on eBay, I don't put shite on it. That's in like nice condition. But the thing is, before that goes out, that'll get checked to make sure it powers up. It gets sold, it powers up okay, screen okay. It may be fully working, may not be fully working. But the thing is, my customers get looked after. If that phone has a problem, if I send them, because usually what I do is I put 2 phones and I say more about one phone than I do the other, right? Now, if they get them 2 phones and they're unhappy with anything about the 2 phones, as long as they return it in the condition that they got it in, they get full money back, full money refund. Because my customers mean more to me than the money part of it, as in of it. Because that's what makes me different to everybody else. As in, especially when I was on eBay, I actually run my ex-partner's eBay. I was the one running it. She was sat back doing nothing, and it was going into her account. The money was going into her account. And I used to buy it up for car boot sales. I didn't buy it for as an internet. I bought it for car boot sales. I go round on a Sunday picking bits up as in car boot sales, like handheld games, as in electronics, cameras, as in digital cameras, mobile phones, always mobile phones, because I knew there was money in it, or I knew that it never. It's one of them trends that will never cease. But that's older retro. What will I do about it? 710, that basically will go, that we can still use them in G8 because it's GSM. I found out it's everybody's like, they keep going on about this 5G. They will cut the signals off on the older phones, but they only phase them out. They eventually phase them out, but it takes a long time for them to do that. On UK, they're what they call GSM band, as in which is radio frequency. They work on radio frequency to pick up the frequency signals in GSM. So you've got GSM 900 and 1800 band, which is UK frequency. But there's like terrestrial out there, there's like all different countries, but it's under, some of them come under Vodafone, because we have in the United Kingdom, we have Vodafone, we have 3, which is Hutchinson's, or they call them 3, it's called 3, but it's originally Hutchinson's, right? They only come into the scene of years later, but Vodafone, O2, T-Mobile and Orange was a 4 wands in the United Kingdom, but their frequency goes all over the world, as in their frequency. But some of the phones, alright, Charles Newbar, some of the phones are not tri-band. They cannot, some of them can't go into America, as in unless they say tri-band on them, or tri-band have got tri-band frequency. Because the old time ports, the Motorola time port, they did do one that was a tri-band, which was 1900 frequency, which meant then you could take it into America. But I only do it for our country, because a lot of the carry on about the lithium. There was a new law came out, as in the planes, about lithium batteries. So a lot of things you'll find on eBay, they'll show it working in the pictures, but they take the batteries out of them because of the law hasn't gone on the plane. It's well worth 710. They're worth putting them on eBay. But I don't know. See, I know that there's eBay, just eBay, right? But they broke up into sections. Like you've got eBay.com, as in you've got eBay as in Argentina, you've got eBay UK. But you're not just dealing with like eBay is world. It's like YouTube. eBay is like worldwide, but they're split into different sections. Like Australia, eBay Australia, they call them under different sections. But phones are people buy them. There's trade that buy them as in to do them up as well. I got into it because a friend of mine's, or a person who I had dealt with, as in sold us a phone. My dad found out where his place was, knew his face. My dad was really good with faces. Didn't start shouting and bawling at him. Used to take things to him, and he turned around and says one day, he didn't tell me he was quitting it. He owed a lot of money to people. He was going to shut a shop up. Basically, I asked him about the box he was using, the Nokia, used to call it Nokia black box, which done unlocking, like also done repairing work, the box. I asked him about the box, what he was using. He wouldn't show me the box, and then he turned around and told me, look on the round ball. And he says to me, why don't you go into repairing phones yourself? And that's what I started messing about with him. So I've been doing it a long time. But I do the retro stuff, because the retro stuff is easier. Because the old Nokias are the worst, are the most easy thing to take apart. Because some of the smartphones are a pain in the ass to take apart. Some of them are a lot like the Samsungs. They have glued screens in them. You have to then heat them with a hairdryer or a heat gun to basically get the glue as in a liquefy to get the screens out of them, because they're actually stuck into the actual housing. But there's two sections inside the housing, inside it, when you pull a Samsung apart. I do some of the Android, some of them I don't touch. I've just got a full load of iPhones that need doing, and I'm not touching them because I don't know enough about them. I'm going to see if I can take them to a friend of mine's, see if he can do them for me. I bring me a box of iPhones that come in the other week. You should see. I'll need to show you. I'm trying to figure where I've put them. Are they underneath the chair? Are they underneath my chair? $7.10. There's a box of thing. There's a box of iPhones there. There's 5 of them. There's 5 of them that somebody's taken apart, but I don't know where they've put everything back in them again. They look complete, but somebody's took the back off them. I want to take them to a friend of mine's, but that's all parts. I paid cheap for, as in I gave 38 for them, but there's a lot of the cracking water damage, you still buy them for just for the parts, especially if they're complete. I usually buy I'll buy a complete phone. Sometimes I buy a complete untested phone. Sometimes I see me buying ones that are listed as spares or repair. If it's cheap enough, I take. If it's cheap enough, I'll buy it. If I think it's worth buying, I'll buy it. I'll go on what my eyes see and what the descriptions. Oh, I do rebuild them. I rebuild a lot of the older stuff. But I know my the only ones that I hate, the ones that I hate touching are the Sony Ericssons, because I've actually pulled a Sony Ericsson apart, I've rebuilt it, and it's like, this won't function, and I'm like, why is that not powering up? But you take a Samsung and a Nokia apart, you put it back together again, it'll usually work 10 times out of 100. Samsungs, they're good phones, but to get Samsung screens, the Samsung screens are dear to buy. If they're genuine, you can get copy screens, which is Chinese screens, right? Because they copy them. They do work, but they don't have the genuine Samsung name on them. There's a guy in where I bought the Cyclone, I think he's in Mansfield. He specialises in Samsung's parts and iPhone parts. And he's like, they're genuine screens, but he's like, they're expensive. I'm like, well, much is one? He's like, you don't want to know. And I'm like, why? And he's like, because they're dear, especially when the Samsung names on them. I'm like, alright. So usually what we do is we try and get a dough. Me and another boy, but he's remaining. That's why you see in my timeline on my Facebook, you see somebody's, it's not mine, it's like a death certificate or there's a thing. It's my remaining contact who I deal with, as in his mum passed away just recently. I know, because you scrap them. I don't. I save them. Why do you think I cringe when you say about melting coins? I'm like, oh no, it's going, oh no, I'm gonna cry. She's gonna melt that. Because I save them for the crusher. My dad was the same with cars. He used to save them for the crusher. You look at a motor and go, well, it's not that rotten. It's holy and scabby. It can be tidied up, but it'll last another couple of years. This one's for coin up. This one's for coin up. 2014 PR69 deep cameo. I'll tell you the truth of why I've been buying the slab coins, because I'm thinking about putting them. 710 keeps seeing the wheel behind me. Yes, the wheel is getting done, guys, but I just don't know how I'm gonna do the rules. I'm trying to make the rules feel fair to me and fair to you guys. That's why I've been buying them up, because I'm like, if I can get them cheap enough, the slab stuff, I can put them as first and second and third prizes on the wheel. Because what I'm thinking is doing wheat pennies or whatever, different years. You pay a contribution or whatever. I pay a contribution. The contribution helps to pay for the shipping, because if you do 5 times 4 is 20. that keeps the cost of the shipping down for me. Because I'm not if you want to do wallets, I'll do wallets. I'll do it whatever way you want it. Whatever way you want it, I will do it that way. But it needs to feel fair to me, and it also needs to feel fair to you guys, because there's times where I get an idea in my head, I start doubting the idea, and I'm like, no, this is not going to work. This ain't going to work. That's why I don't do it, because it doesn't feel fair to me, or it doesn't feel as in, it doesn't sort of, it's not like balancing up my head. And I'm like, no, this don't. And I'm like, what if this, what if that, what if this? And then I'm like, I don't like the sound of this. No, that doesn't seem right. How are they going to feel? Stuff like that. Because some of it is going into my collection, so that I have ones in my collection as well. But some of it will be going out as well. But then I'm thinking, well, hold on a minute. What if, say, somebody doesn't donate? How are you going to deal with that one, Alec? Because it'll not feel fair, because everybody else is contributing, and why should that person feel an outsider? An outsider. 710, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think as in shipping, how to deal with this shipping, how to deal with it. That's why I'm doing Brissy hasn't paid. He's wanting two sets of, as in 2021 dimes. I've told him, do not put funds in my account at the moment until I go to the post office, until I work away as in round this shipping, because I feel $20 or 20 odd pounds, whatever it costs me for international shipping, is a lot to ask anybody. As in, I'm one of these people that me and my ex-partner had this idea about buying cars and doing it at affordable prices for people that were on a budget that couldn't afford to get higher purchase. And that's what I've always specially done. I do it for people on a tight budget, and that's why I buy the cheaper bread and butter stuff, because I know I don't have to put heavy prices on it that people can afford, that I can put into other people's collections and go, Alec does is good. Alec does. I want people to turn around and say Alec does a good job. He's passionate about what he does. His stuff's always good, and I've never had a problem with getting stuff from him. I know there's a lot of people that go around and go, I didn't get my stuff. I know there's dishonest people. I know that. But I usually can figure them out. I can usually catch them out. Usually the way they either speak, or in a message, or in an email. And I'm like, tell the truth. Tell me the truth. If you're honest and you tell me the truth, right from word go, I will deal with you. I will deal with you accordingly. I will give you the respect that you deserve as a person if you're 100% honest with me. If you didn't get it, I will send you another set. I know sometimes, because I get this guilty feeling. It's like a guilty feeling I get. And it's not my fault. I've sent it. I can prove that I've sent it. And as it goes in shipping or in the postal hands, it goes missing. Because some things you can claim for and some things you can't claim for. And they tell you that. It's not insured. But I don't always tell them the truth, because they want to know what's in every package. What's in that package? Because they've got a scanner and they scan it with a bar thing, mate. It's a bar reader, a barcode reader, and they scan it. It's a gift. I just turn around and tell them if it's coins it's in. It's metal art. Metal art that's in that. How much is it worth? How much is the value of that? Well, it's not that much. Because I don't want them charging the customer when it goes over there. Because if you get a letter through the post and saying, oh, by the way, you've been sent a parcel, but it's going to cost you another £4. Some people don't like go post office. I'm not paying £4. I'm not paying £4 for that or $4 for that. It should have been paid for before I even got it. I understand a lot of things. I was brought up with business head on my shoulders because my father was in business. My father was a spray painter and panel beater. That was his job. It was his full-time occupation. My dad started trade since he was 15-year-old and then went self-employed. So my dad taught me well. So I'm one of these people. I'm plausible. I am plausible. I'm a plausible person. I'm placid. But don't try and cross me, because if you cross me, I'm not a pretty person. But I'll tend to sort of, I'll. That's why the one with the Justin. But I didn't want it to go in like a war or a dispute and end up having drama because people were supporting him that supported me, and I was like, look, I don't want people picking sides, none of that carry on. I forgive you to a certain degree, but I'm not going to buy off you because you're going to have to build that back up with me, that trust, because you've shafted me or tried to be clever. Didn't work. It didn't work. Because instead of me dealing with that pair or dealing with him, I went to PayPal. And because I paid goods and services, they were like, you can get your money back, you can claim for it. I didn't get the stuff. If I'd have got the stuff, I would have turned around and said to Justin, it's here. I deal on eBay from time to time. I've got 114 feedback off of eBay. I've never ever turned around and said that I bought off of somebody and said to them, by the way, I didn't get your stuff, knowing full well that I had it. Don't do that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a dishonest person. I never have been a dishonest person. If I've got it or it's came here, I'll turn around and I'll email people and say, by the way, I got that box of stuff. I just haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at it. What's in the box? But obviously, but a lot of it, I don't win it. I buy it from auction. It's bought from auction, as in from the community or within the community, because I know I can trust a lot of people. There's a lot of people that know their stuff about coins more than what I do. There's only three people in here now. I know what you're saying. That's totally understand. It's 710. I know, because you were doing that you called it, what was the game you called it? You called it rigged. The game rigged. But it was like Bruce's cards, play your cards right. I just decided to do that because I was like, well, it would be better doing that than have people saying, oh, well, it was rigged. And I'm thinking, well, how do I stop if it's computer generated electronically? What if it keeps falling in a certain number? And I was like, oh, let's take okay, I know, I understand it was a joke. It was a joke and it's been taken a bit far, the joke or whatever. I know, right? And I took it personally, as in the thing, we took it wrong way. I didn't have a go at anybody, as in that because they were saying it was rigged. I just decided I'm gonna do it a total different way. But then I thought the numbers were like they're too close together, and then I thought, what if I do like number 1 to 12? And then I got stuff for Family Collects, because I'm going to put the 50 pences. I'm like, everybody wants to do the coin hunts or whatever else, and they're into the UK coins. So I was like, well, what if I put a UK coin back into that package? What if I done wheats and then doing like three coins and put a mixture of different coins in it, and then drop the 50p, because I'm like, I'll drop the 50 pence inside it. I'm like, this is a good idea, this. But then I'm thinking, what are we going to use for first and second and third prize? I'm like, you're going to give them the 50 pence in with whatever they're getting, so they pay the contribution to get in the wheel, right? Which means then their name's in it. And I thought, what am I going to use for first and second and third prize? Right, everybody's doing silver. And I'm like, And then I thought, are you fine, Wendy? I was like, I know what I can get. And I'm like, everybody loves slab coins or slabs. And I'm like, I wonder if I can get because the last time I got a load of them for Joe Durbin, I'm thinking, I wonder if I can get these cheap enough to do me and to put the first and second and third prizes. And then I was like, man-made mountains, and I seen all these copper pieces coming up, and I'm like, if they're cheap enough, I could buy them. And I'm like, I keep a couple for myself, and I'm like, could put them on the wheel and all. I always come up with a plan in my head, and I'm like, and then I think, is this plan alright? Does it sound alright? Would it work? Would it not work? Does it sound feasible? Scrap and hoarding, tank and fun. There's a lot of things that's going on, as in there's a lot of drama at the moment. And I'm like, I don't want, this is why I've took a sort of back seat of like, it's not that I don't want to do videos, I'm like, I just don't want to get involved in it all. And I'm like, nobody's telling me about it. And then I'm finding out in bits and pieces, and then I'm having people that are thinking me as in like coming through Messenger, and they're like, such and such and such, and I'm like, I don't want involved in it. I'm like, just leave me out of it. It's not, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. I've not done business with that person. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, because I support that person as a person, and I support that person as a person. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. I aren't doing this. And that's how I was like, I put that video out yesterday, and it said what I said, what my feelings were. It clearly stated my feelings towards it all. But I wouldn't mention no names. I was like, I'm not mentioning names of who it was. And you can hear it in the background. If you listen in the background, you'll hear it as I'm going off in Messenger on my tablet at the time. That was the second phone call. And I was like, I'm not answering that. I'm declining that call. Because a certain person that is involved is being talked about quite a lot. And I was like, I'm not getting into it. I was like, I'm not mentioning name because I'm not grassing. And I'm not getting into it because I don't want a rift in the coin community. I don't want people feeling that I'm siding with one person and no siding with the other person, because the two of them is as bad as each other, and they need to go and sort their differences out themselves. I'm not getting into it. If I have a difference with somebody, I will go and speak to them as in an email and try and not air it on YouTube. The only time I hear something is when I can't get a resolvement. That's the only time that I put it on as an out there. Because I would rather deal with it in an amicable way, because we're grown up adults. We're not blooming children in a playground. Because that's what a lot of it is playground squabble. Oh, well, I'll just shove him off of YouTube because he's making money. I'm not. So I'll just knock him off. I'll just nobble him so that he can't work no more. He can't work no more so I can get more money. And it's all greed. It's all greed. I'm not getting into YouTube drama. I've had enough of it. I've seen it so many times. I saw it in Big Old Farm. It happened in the Small Engine Nation. It happened there. It's happening between Meta and somebody else. And now I see it in the coin community. How many more times will I see it on YouTube? And I get emotionally upset with it. And I'm like, I don't want to see it. Because this channel isn't about drama. It's showing coins off. It's showing coins off. Showing coins off and stuff that I've got too much of for people to turn and say, oh, I would like that. I want to trade. Do what George was wanting to do, found it buried. Do trades for similar value. Do a trade for similar value. Something that's thingy as in it's worth $8 or whatever. Or it's worth $5 or it's worth $5. Is everybody's got a price in their head and they go, that's only worth that. That's all I'm going to pay for that. If somebody comes and says that, by the way, that's too dear. I'll make you up a package as in where you go, oh my god, Alex went over the score. He's done it proud. He's down with there's more than what I should have got. And people go, but this one's a dafty. I'm not a dafty. I do bonus items or bonus stuff to give people a fair deal. So they basically come back again. So they tell a friend. It's like ring me as and tell a friend. Oh, by the way, Alex one, you got to go and see Alex. The amount of stuff he's got, oh my god. As in ring me, he must have went over the score buying stuff. But he's got stuff as in that he's got too much of. I don't want people as in to take pity on me. I feel sorry for me and ding me as in and try and think, well, oh, he's going to die and get away for next to nothing. No, won't work. Because I know if something I know I've maybe paid too much for it, I'm quite prepared to take sometimes a kick up the backside or a wee touch off it or a wee bit off it. Oh well, because some people are like, if I bulk buy, can I get a better deal if I bulk buy? Can I get combined shipping? I can get combined shipping if you're buying quite a lot. Aye. Can I get a little bit extras? Aye, you can get that too. Oh, there's a couple of coins as in that I don't mind that not costing me next to nothing. No, just I'll just throw a handful of them in. Somebody gets them, they fall in love with the ones you soft. This is where it really gets me, right? You send a full package of stuff, you sell it to somebody, and they're more in love with the stuff you gave them for next to nothing, or you flung in, and they're like, you gave me that. Nah, I don't like that. But you gave me that for nothing. I like that better than I did that. So it totally amazes. It totally amazes me. It's like bamboozled. I'm like, what? You what? And seriously, I've had people that have come to me that are other traders or whatever and told me stories, and you're like, what? No chat, no danger in this. I'm telling you, it's true. It's true. Oh, what fucking hell. Right, there's 1972. Oh, a sore finger. Toe finger. A toe finger. I'm picking it up. 1972. I think that's S as well. I can't see. I'm half blind. I think it's S. I think it says sometimes you got to look at it carefully to find it. Does you see Mark? Because it just says United States proofs. It says 1972. It says United Proof Set. It doesn't tell you where it's because you've got PD and S, but that looks definitely it looks like an S to me on that 72 half. So it does. You see, this is what I like. I like this because I find that it's cheaper to buy it that way than what it is as in to do it buy it singly. But sometimes you get the odd ones where people take the coins out for their albums. But I don't mind if they're single. Scotland. I'm in the United Kingdom because that's because see that it's marked on that. It says I like that's lot one. That's lot one because that was where that was bought. That was bought at auction. That Bismuth, as in Mountain, whatever was. I like Massachusetts. Udizzy's over in Massachusetts. Udizzy 1969, and then you've got Joe DIY, and then you've got Drive Shaft Drew. He's over that way somewhere, or sort of that neck. I know a lot of people on YouTube that I've met through YouTube, and a lot of them were like awesome people. I'm like, I would deal with that one, deal with that person, deal with people ask me. Some people ask me questions, and I'm like, I wouldn't because I don't class them as friends. Some like as an acquaintance. I'm like, it depends, and I'm like, well, I would deal with them, but I would just, no, I mean, you have to. It's like you have to build up a trust. I can only tell you as in deal with that person because I've had good dealings with them, but you could have the opposite effect. Do you know what I mean? So it swings and roundabouts. That one, it says Canada. It says Canada, 1979, 6-piece, uncirculated. That's my favourites. The Canada. I don't like Queen. I don't like Queenie. I don't like Queenie on Queenie on that side. But I like that side on the Canadian. Because there's your beaver. There's Mr. Beaver. Mr. Beaver sitting on a log. So yes. Because there's on the dime, there's the canoe boat. See, sometimes I do, sometimes people ask me and they'll go, can you do a video on such and such, or can you do a video on this? And I'm like, well, I want to show you the coin as not close, because I can't show you up close as I can as in when I pull it up to the camera, because obviously I'm using the built-in webcam on my Chromebook. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll tend to put it under the microscope and you'll see it up close. Because I do get asked from time to time, people are like, have you got such and such? Have you got that? And I'm like, oh, I might. And I'm like, I might have in my collection, or I might have another one of them. because sometimes I keep the odd spares because I don't split them. I don't split us if a set or if it comes in as a set, I don't split it. I don't cut it up. Sometimes it's already cut. I've just bought it like that. I bought it like that. It's come in like that. It's been split up. Because people's like, some of them, they split them up and they get more money for, as in splitting the sets up. Because that's like, that one, that's like that's 1992 United States Mint uncirculated coin set with D&P mint marks. So there's the, because this is the one that I like. That's why I buy these ones, because that's got like it looks like a 1 cent, but it's got like a P coin in it. Not all of them have that marked like that, as in like a coin. That one's there's just one that they done, but that is a P and D. So one's red and one's black. One's red and one's black. And there's 6 of them, but it comes like that. But I don't decry anybody doing auctions. That's up to, if they want to do auctions and they want to get, because this is what people don't understand. An auction is to get the highest price possible for whatever you're selling, like eBay. People go a bit profit and some people ripping people off, as in some people stop. I've seen Joe in particular stop an auction with 2 people bidding and turn around and say, "Whoa, hold the bus. It's buy it now, price $12. Sometimes where I've got to think about it and I'm like, do I want to pay that? And that's 22, and I'm like, that's for a full roll, and I'm like 22, and I'm like, do I want that? And I'm like, pass it now. I might come back to it later on, because I've got to justify everything I buy in my head as in afford. Is it in my budget? My budget for the channel is about $30. Is about $30. That's what my budget is. As in, I'm like, well, if I pay that, I could buy a slab for that. I'm like, $30, I could buy a slab. Because a slab, to actually get it, a coin slab, you're talking at least 15 to start, as an even slab it, to actually send it to PCGS. But sometimes they get free entries. I don't know if it's a membership thing or whatever. They get free entries. And I've seen coins come up and I'm like, that's a nice coin, that. And that's been graded to MS69, and I'm like, that's quite as in a high grade. And I'm like, somebody will like that in their collection. I'm like, but what do I want to do with it? Do I want to keep it? Do I want to give it away? Or do I want to put it on the wheel? Because that's the whole idea of the channel. Make it fun. But the thing is, the reason why I do the live streams and the videos is to do the content. 710, if I had a sponsor, I would need to have the right sponsor, and I would need to have it the way I like it, not what they're going to dictate. Because a lot of sponsorships, that's what they do. They dictate the rules and the regulations, the way you're going to do things. They have the say, because it's them because they're the sponsor. It's got to balance up, because it's got to be worthwhile for my sponsors, my supporters. It's got to work as in both ways. It's got to work for me, and it's got to work for you guys as well. There's a lot of channels. There's a channel called what's that channel called? Autorec. It's called something Autorec Autos. As in, he's a guy that's built a business, as in doing damaged cars, buying them off a co-partner, and he's like that. And the same with Martin Butler. If a sponsor doesn't give him as in a couple of products, one for himself and he give one away, he won't entertain it. But it's got to be as in something that his channel is actually doing, as in content wise, like say for instance powder coating or whatever it is he's doing at the time. There's a lot of ones that will come to you and go, I want you to do product reviews. I've had ones where I've had people, I seen your video, it was one for China, and it was like, come as a spam, and I'm thinking, that's a spam, and I'm like, so I started emailing them back and forward, and I'm like, well, are you paying me? And I'm like, what do you want me to do? Oh, we want you to tell me do products, and it was mobile phone products. Or mobile phone accessories, we want you to tell me as in we've seen this video, we like the way you done. Well, tell me more what you liked about the video in particular, the way it come across, what why. And then I'm like, you gonna pay me? We're only gonna give you products. Well, it's no use to me. As in, different if it was batteries or bits and pieces that I could use. It was like, as in, little wallet or whatever, to put on a phone. Would I want a wallet? I don't like I don't like casings. The only casings are housings. I use other housings for other phones, as in when they're really, as in worn condition, as in new buttons and stuff like that. So, but then some people be like, nah, it's not good to me. It's not good to me, it's not good to the supporters, so what's the point of me having it as a sponsor? Maybe you're right, maybe I do need a sponsor of some sort, but who knows? If it comes, it comes, it don't. You just need to do something. If I can't make it, because I say I kept saying, well, I'll give it 2-3 years, the channel. If it doesn't work, I'm thinking about going back to eBay, and I'm like, do I really want to go back to eBay? And then I'm like, it means then I'm not doing videos. And I'm like, everybody think I was dead, and I'm like, do I do videos and just, as in, like, put the webcam, because I've got, not the greatest, I've got a webcam as well, so that I can show as where the hands is going, but my hands are, that fingers the now fucking, it's louting the now. I can feel it going like that. That's what I can feel. And I'm like, is that my body? Is it hurting? Is it in pain? Is it because it's as in it's healing? There's a lot of things at the moment, and I don't want everybody, oh, I'm sorry to hear that and all the rest. I want to put on as an enjoyable content, because that was the whole idea behind the channel, was to do enjoyable content that everybody's like having a laugh, I carry on. Because I get bored shitless staring at four walls, as in, and then because I don't work during the day, I end up, I'm like, fucking bored to tears. I'm like, what am I going to do today? And I'm like, I can't be bored doing anything today. And then I go, I need to fucking go and do this. There's stuff that I need to go and do. I've not even got it done yet. And then I get myself in a right panic. I'm like, I need to do that, and I need to do that. I need to get that done, and this needs done, and I need for that one. Because I found out one of Mum's pet hates, because I says to her, what is it that's bothering you? She went, don't like things on the floor. So now I know, don't leave things on the floor. Because I was leaving a mess in the hall, and she cracked up, and I was like, it's just bits of bubble wrap, as in that I've sealed by using the sealer, and there's like strips off it when it burns it, and I'm like, it's only on I'm going to pick it up, and because I hadn't picked it up in the time that she saw it, and obviously she kept going, buy it, it was bothering her. So now I know, because I was like, what is your pet hate? What is it that's bothering you? Why are you hanging me having a go at me for? And then that's when I found out things that's on the floor, she didn't like it when it's on the floor. As in, it looks a mess to her, it's a mess on the floor. So now I know how to pick things up, put it in a box or whatever. And then I tend to, that's when you see me, I'm moving things here, there, and everywhere, moving it. And then I forget where I moved it to. Because I used to blow up one saying that somebody else had moved it. Then I realised, hold on, where did I last have that? Where did I last put that? Where was it at the time? And I start going looking for it. Well, it wasn't there. Where was I doing? Was I in that other room? Was I there? Was I here? Was I there? Because there's two Chinese phones. Well, I bought donors for them, right? My Romanian pal sends me the two of them because I says to him, right, I'm going to buy wanting them two, the 233s you showed me that were scrap, the 6230i, and the iPhones, I'll just take it as a full bulk. He's like, well, I want 20, I think it was tier 20 or 25 for the iPhones, the whole bag. Give me 5 for that and 5 for that and 7 for that. Okay. I said, but you no charge me for postage. I says, you keep shafting yourself for postage. Make sure you put postage on it. I says, did you take into equation the postage on that? I says, I don't think you did. I says, tell you what, I says, I'll give you 8. You see the price, and I says, right, we've agreed 30, or what, I think it was either 30 or 35. You agreed 30. I says, I'll tell you what, I'll put 8 in tap. That'll cover for postage, should be enough. Because I says, it's not just a couple of things, but I says, it's quite a bit in a box. I says, they're going to charge you weight. But when them two come in, I've got 4. I've got 4 of them. 4 of them. There's two different versions of them. There's 2 different versions. It's too big. The two of them are different size, different variation. There's one there. It looks the same, right? Looks the same. There's about 2 inch of There's about 2 inch of 2 inch of difference. That one's made. They're made in Finland. That one doesn't tell you where it's made, and this one says that one says Hungary. So that means then there must have been two different versions they made, as when we were doing the retros. Because the reason why they done them is because the older version didn't have a camera on them, and because of the game on it called Snake, that's why they done them again. So I can't take parts for that. I can't take parts for that and put it onto that because it's too big. It's too big. But the two of them do power up. But the screens are. They need two new housings. They need two back covers. The batteries are not a problem to get a hold of, and two half decent screens. And they ones were just bought as for parts and different battery. Tried them and I can't get them to light up. But because they're in too good a shape, I won't scrap it until I get a set in, as in it's the same as that, as in it powers up with a good board on it. When I go and test them, run a test again, what I'll do is I'll take the screws out of them, take the screens out of them. I don't break anything until I'm ready, until I'm fully ready to break things. As in I'm not like SHFT, where he just takes things in and it's just as in, or an Ian Matthews with a bish bosh with a hammer. I don't do that. I only break things when I actually need it. I wait until it comes in, or I put it in a bag and it's out the road. But that's all cost. They all cost money. £2 for maybe £2 each for them. I've gave what I think I gave what for four of them. I think I gave what 15 quid. So that's £15 down the drain. But it's not really, because it'll get used up as donors. It'll get used when I say to them come in. But it's how long am I going to wait until I say it comes in? I don't know. I could have it 3 months. I could have it laying there six months before it comes in. But no wonder people's coming in and out, because they're interested in what I've got to say. They're trying to understand what I'm saying. Plus they're seeing phones, and well, why is he's got phones in his hand, but why was about a box of stuff? That box is all over the place. I've got boxes all over the place. They're a box there, 710, look. That's all phones that's in that. That's a full box. There's about 5-6 boxes of phones in them. And then that, I just wanted to show that. And then I'm trying to take that apart, because there's one. I don't think Penny Haven will be too happy if she sees that, because that's all for somebody that she's had problems with. ACS coins and collectibles. But then I won a giveaway, and I don't want to be a mod. I don't want him to be a mod. If you're doing things that's wrong, as in the other people in your community, I don't want to be part of you. This is before this all happened with Penny Haven. And he should be putting it in I tell you another thing, he should be putting it right. If Penny bought stuff off of him and it wasn't right, he should took it back and he should have fixed it. Whether it was only a couple of pounds or no. As soon as I seen it, I went, oh no, it's going to start. Do you know what I mean? But then Penny's not going to be annoyed at me, but she's going to be annoyed at seeing it and saying, oh, he got thingy what he was supposed to get, as in he was quite happy, but she was as in whatever she bought. I think it was something like, I think it was like plastics or something like that. It was like plastic. It wasn't capsules. It was like I think it was like a sheet, and the sheet was broken or something like that. And he's not responding to her message. He's not responding to her messages. And then he's got the cheek to show that he's just as in least or he's just got one unit. And then in another video he's showing the other unit next to him. Going, oh, I've just time we acquired another unit. But he can't fix the problems that he's already entailed. It's not right. No, because this one's been a long time, as in since as I said, this is a long time box. Because there's Rick Dempsey's. So it is. Thanks for being a great supporter of his channel, as in down me. DCS coins and collectibles. Julio Escobar. I hate that. People that can't fix their problems with a customer. It winds me. It honestly, it winds me up. It winds me up to buggery. As in somebody that can't sort a mess out, or they can't fix it out with a customer. And then they make out, oh, it's the customer that's at fault. No. You didn't send it as in so that basically it didn't get broken or it get damaged. Okay, maybe you didn't damage it, but at least as in take it back for the customer and sort it out with them. It's not as if it's like a lot of money's worth. But it's the principle. It's the principle where it. It's the actual principle. That's why as soon as I seen it, I was like, oh no, I was like, this is going to create, that's going to that is going to create drama, that one. I was like, because somebody else a bad dealing with somebody. Because I seen the video and I commented on the video as well about the whole incident. And at the end of the day, as in, I don't blame her for putting the video out there either. As in Penny Haven about as in ACS. She had a bad experience. So she should let people know it's no a garden of roses. But at the end of the day, it's up to the individual to put it right with the customer. And I use if I have a bad or a unhappy customer, I usually sort it out. I do a lot to sort it out as in my customer, as in that I'm dealing with. But that's why I don't buy for customers either. I buy for myself as in what I like. I don't even know if it was like that. There's only two people in here. There's only two people in here. I'm still going through it. Cool, what get a buy. I don't know 710 because I don't know because I need to organise stuff out. I need to organise my stuff out to what, because there's times where I'm like, I'm not gonna sell. I'm not gonna sell this. I'm not gonna do that. No, I would like to rather do that as in do actual that sort stuff out for that, because I've got an idea in my head. My family collects sent in 50 pences, right, and they were in brown envelopes. They were in actual brown envelopes. And what I'm thinking is put them in number 1 to 12. But the thing is, as in I don't want everybody shouting it, I want to be able to people that are in the chat and then to pick a number, and whatever the number falls on, that person will win. But then I'm thinking, because I was thinking, well, how many people do we introduce into the wheel? I'll honestly quit buying off YouTube at the time my premium's up. A local LCS, they'll see us. See, I don't get that. I don't get that premium. They add 10% premium. I don't get that. So I add 10%. I add 10% premium on top. Nah, it's one price, one money. That'd be like me getting into a shop and looking at the shelf and it says £10. It says 10. It says £10. Right. Let's stop and think about this. 710, right? You could have come on panel if you wanted, and we could have talked face to face instead of having to type it in the chat. Because you could have asked for the link. Because you're more than welcome to. Right. I want to explain it in layman's terms. This is the way I understand things in simple, basic format. Right. You get in a shop. It's on the shelf. It says £10 on it. You take up the till and you put 10% and put 10% top. Plus the VAT. Plus shipping. How does that work? If it says £10, if it says £10 as in on the shelf, that's the price you're gonna pay. But that's not including the VAT. That's not including the VAT and tax. The VAT and tax on it. So I don't understand why a premium was put on it. I don't get that. Or is it a case of you had the premium before? I don't blame me for no doing me up. I don't blame me. I just don't. I don't have. There's not a lot of LCSs round me. Oh, you fucking dancer! Guess what I just found? I found some more stuff from man-made metals. I found some more stuff backed up. I found some more stuff. Sweet Caroline, oh, 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 good times never been so good. Da-na-na-na. Oh, oh, oh. What did I say? Did everybody run away? They all ran away. They all ran away. I still got more to show. Hold on a minute, still got more to show. I still got stuff in the box. I still got stuff to open yet. Don't go. Don't leave me. Don't leave me alone. I'm gonna cry. No, don't leave me alone. It's not that bad. You're a Birmingham pig. Did somebody say that this is Saturday, isn't it? If this stream's went dead, that means there's another stream on. That's why. No, because what I was thinking is 710 anything that I've got doublers of man-made mountains that I was going to put. That's what I was going to do. Was put it on the wheel. But then I'm thinking, do I ask for contributions or do I do? Because I was going to say, well, why don't we do half and half? Do a contribution and also do like a GWE in it, in between it. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, hold on, see, do four paid ones, and then do one GW, which everybody can get into. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about it in my own head. Birmingham. It says Birmingham on it, look. Birmingham. So it is a Birmingham pig. It's not that I'm trying to steal other people's ideas. I'm just trying to think, how will this work, and how can I make it fair for everybody? Because I didn't want it feeling like that people are sectioned out, and I was like, why would I want to section out, like, say for instance you're in UK, so it means then that only UK people are allowed in it. Well, how would they feel if I was in America and said, well, you guys are all sectioned out, you can't get it. It's like having a shop and you turn around and say, as in you decide who comes through the door. You can't come in here. You can't come in here. I'm not selling to you. You can't buy from here. That's hurtful to people. That hurts your feelings. So I'm like, well, I didn't want to section anybody out. And I'm like, well, how can I make this fair? How can I do this? And I said, I was like, well, if I go back to eBay, maybe I can make money off of the phones. Because this, me and Brizzy were talking about, make money off the phones, then put it into coins. Or put as in so that it's the shipping money is already paid for. Because you've made money out of eBay. Because you're paying it'll cost me, like, say for instance, 2 phones to put out. I've always charged $4.60 postage and packaging for for second class recorded delivery, right? Which takes 3 days at most, right? So I sell a phone, say for instance, 2 phones, £4 each, £8 plus the postage is £12.50. That goes into my PayPal account, right? I send them it, cost me £4.60 to send them it, as in because it's UK only, right? The States clearly UK only, which I don't like doing, right? Because it takes half my sales away, UK only. That money then will go back into my funds for it to go back into, as in for the channel. But then I'm thinking I'm working twice harder to put it into something worthwhile for other people to enjoy it. So I'm doing 3 times the work, and I'm going to end up killing myself. I'm going to end up tiring myself out. I'm going to end up being that knackered that I'll be able to do anything. That's why I was like, well, if instead of doing eBay, why not just sell coins or whatever on the put it on the channel, put it directly on the channel. It saves, cuts out PayPal fees, cuts out eBay fees as well. You're buying at a low price, you're getting a good deal, plus the money goes into the PayPal account. It means that I can turn that money back into stock again for the content, for the channel. So there's content constantly coming out. But the content stopped because of all the drama. It made me emotional. And that's how I was sitting behind the scenes. I've been sitting behind the scenes for months, watching what's going on and all the rest. I know. Oh, I know it does. Because there's another one of man-made mountains. That's Frosty. Dropped it. That's Frosty Skull. Because they're all prototypes. They're all one's prototypes. Or I think it's prototypes. That one's a bismuth. That's bismuth. That's different. That's bismuth. That's copper. That was copper. That was a copper pig. This is bismuth. This is a bismuth skull. Because he started doing bismuth and then it ended up because the bismuth is like fragile. Because that's what that dragon is. It's a bismuth, and that's why some of the spikes broke off it. But it's very well detailed. When you look at it, you can actually see all the details, you can see all the vessels and everything in it, as in its eye. It's as if it's looking at you, as if it's watching you, as in the eye. Puts me in mind of a Captain Jerk. Puts me in the mind of a Captain Jerk skull. I tell you something, it's got all the detail on it. 710 is something else, as in the detail, and you can actually feel all the bumps and everything on it. If you run your finger across it, all you need to do is put two stones in its eyes. I've known Captain Jerk a long time, so I have, as in Captain Jerk. But that's what I'm saying, it puts you in mind of Captain Jerk's skulls, his resin pores and all that. But it's called Frosty. He called it Frosty Skull. He's called it Frosty Skull. It's 4.2 ounce. It's his serial number It's his serial number NA, which means non-applicable. 997 bismuth skull pour, because that was the whole idea, to put gemstones. You could probably put gemstones in its eyes. It's not got anything in its eyes. I'm saying you could put topazes, tiny topazes in its eyes. You do something that's sort of wouldn't. I don't know what colour would be nice in it. Something that wouldn't clash with the silver, with too much with the silver. You want something that didn't clash with the silver, so that you could actually see the eyes, so they twinkle as you. I always have ideas. I have ideas constantly out my head, but I don't always go to somebody and say, "By the way, I've got this idea. I think you should do it," because it's up to them. It's up to the person. You can't put in. You can only put in somebody's mind, as in their mind. You can't force them to do anything. You can't force them to do what you want. You want them to do. But you can get them. You can feed them. You can feed them idea. You can feed them ideas. And that's what sometimes I do. I feed somebody an idea. I've got an idea. I think I could do something with that, or I could make that look better. But I don't want to take it off of you. I think if you did it, it'd be a lot better. Do you know what I mean? It's the way you come across with people and the way you word things with people. But you just have to be sometimes tactful with some people, because some people feel as if you're having a go at them or you're digging at them. Because there's times where I go like that and I think to myself, let the carry on the time with the £50 note, and it carried on and on and on and on. But instead of me blocking the guy, because I didn't know who he was, and I was like, well, I can see your I can see your point of view, and I was like, why to take it on board? But everybody's like, fucking just time me, just block him, I was like, no, let him have his say. It's 4:20. It is 4:21 p.m. It's nearly time for dinner, but Mum's not in. She went away. She went out this morning or something like that. I don't know even what. I think she says she had to get there for 10 or something like that. She probably texts me to say, by the way, I'm not coming in. You need to feed yourself. I'll get a sandwich or something. I'll just get a sandwich or something like that. I might even order it. I don't know yet. Because the last time I got a hoagie, but it was a lot. The hoagies, the thing, there's a place up the road. That's why I come on, because I was like, I timed it right. I seen Paula Bloom on him on I think it's Making Sense or something like that. Making sense or something like that. I seen him more and the uh-oh. I just spotted something. If Andrew, I wonder if Andrew's about. I wonder if he's about. I wonder if he's hiding. Because guess what I just found? Oh, he says to me, if you're that if you're that short, sell me some dingy, sell me some silver. Guess what I just found? Andrew! Andrew! Liberty, man. The $1. The $1. Los Angeles. I don't have a furnace to melt at 7:10, but me. If I don't like it, I can say I can sell it like that. I can sell it like that. Andrew turned around and said, much as that messenger, and just buys it straight to my account. Because that's what I said to him down me yesterday. I was like, I still owe you 30. And he's like, how do you still owe me 30? I was like, you're 15 for this and you ding me, and 15 for that because you helped me out with that. And he's like, he says, I know you'll sort it. And then I was like, and he's like, yesterday. And he's like, why don't you dig me 5-minute long videos? It's like, just do a cut of bits. And I was like, are you having a joke? Are you having a laugh? But I didn't tell him I was coming on the day. Do you know what I mean? I just decided to point myself. That's a lunar. That's a lunar round. That one. It's 2019. Because sometimes I wait until the price is right, or until I feel that it's at the right price. And then I'll go for it. I'll go in the charge. Especially when I've got my big money, because I'm like, fucking, like, yay, get in there. Fuck it. But then mum's like, you got all this stuff, what are you going to do with it? I don't know. What am I going to do with it? I don't know yet. The room's like me, the room's falling. Do you end up box? She's got to take all this. My man used to ding me, wind her up. That was his favourite job, winding mum up. Because there's a Canada 1 cent. Because I used to buy, as in the ones that Amy would do an auction every now and again, and she had a lot of Canadian 1 cents, because that was her favourites, and sometimes she pick them up, so I try and get them from time to time, because I was like, well, because I didn't know they started with these ones first, it was the big ones first. I didn't know that. I thought it was the littler ones with the ones with maple leaves on them. Because what Joe used to do was, when he was ship stuff, I would try and leave enough space for Joe to put their stuff in that I bought at auction. And then it just got out of hand. And he's like, I can't do it. They emailed me and they're like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, it's fine, don't worry about it. Do you know what I mean? As long as I can buy off it, because I'm like, when I put the email to me, I'm like, oh no, don't tell me that. Means then I can't buy for him. So it means then you're telling me that I can't. But then when I was like, well, let's try this. And I was like, well, if I buy in their auctions, and if they're not going to take my bid, they might tell me as in with an email, or they might tell me then there, look, we can't Because I'm like, I didn't know how to take it, because I'm like, does that mean then that you're telling me that you're not going to ship to me, as in, so if I buy stuff for you, it means then you're not going to ship to me? And I thought maybe it means as in the amount of stuff that is getting shipped to them. And I was like, well, I'll give it a shot if it, and I'm like, I'll sort itself out. But when I was still allowed to bid in their auction, I went, oh yeah, fucking beauty, I'll just buy it for them then. I don't care. I'm not allowed to buy it for the community, because I felt as if I was trying to help the community. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to help the community, people that actually need the help. But I'm like, well, if instead of me just giving them it, as in it in my pocket, and saying, oh, there you go, do you know what I mean, as in the super chat or whatever, I thought, well, if I'm buying stuff from you, it means that I still get something that I physically can sell on if I ever get stuck. Because it's nice to give money or the donation out of goodness of your heart. It's good to do that because it makes you feel good as a person. But some people just don't have the money or the funds to just throw it at somebody and say, there you go, stop, do you know what I mean? Have that. Some people can only afford a couple of pounds, a couple of dollars, a couple of pounds. They can't afford a lot of money. But it's the thought that count. It's the thought that counts. That goes into that. Giving this to somebody and saying, "Look, here you go. I know you're in dire straits. Here, there's a little bit of help. I can't give you much. But there's a couple. There's a couple of pounds. Goes a long way. A couple of pounds. So it does. I don't take advantage of any. I don't take advantage of anybody when anybody's down in their luck, because we all fall in hard times. I fell in hard times 5 years ago. End up, she got me removed from the home. She ended up decided that she didn't love me no more. She didn't love me no more. She wouldn't let me see the kids. I wasn't even allowed to thing as and go over and get my stuff. Get my stuff. Then I ended up as, and after that happened, the leg. Then after that, my dad. Then 6 months to a year later, the cat died. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, how much more have I got to get down to the bottom of the bottom, as in like an old horse lying at its side and thinking, how am I going to get back up again? And you're trying to think, well, you don't want anybody, because my man used to say, don't kick an old horse when it's down, because when it gets back up, it might kick you back. Some of his sayings used to make me think, what was he trying? What did he mean by that? And then eventually, years later, I thought, aye, he's right enough. Don't kick an old horse when it's down. Aye, don't go there fucking punching it. Do you know what I mean? As in giving it a kick. Aye, you're doing your lot. I fucking just kick you a bit. Aye, I'll just kick you a bit more. Aye, watch this. Just kick you a bit more. And the person, ow, I saw, don't do that. You know what I mean? So you sort of understand where he was coming from. It's nice to be able to do that. But if the channel's going nowhere, or the channel's it's buying more than it's getting back, it becomes to a certain degree you think, well, it's time to chuck it. So I mean, it's costing me more. I'm putting it out, but it's not coming back in. You're like, pocket's getting a bit empty. No, pocket's getting a bit empty. You're looking at it going, oh, who's the next got a quid coming for you? But the other one, as soon as you say, give away the law, fucking hey, come on, let's go. Do you know what I mean? That's how I seen it, 710, do you know what I mean? And I was like, I don't I don't go into these giveaways to win. I go in to take part. I want to be part of the trips. I want to be part of this. Do you know what I mean? With them, as in feel it as if I belong there. Okay, didn't win. No, fine, I didn't win. Oh well, what's luck? The way it goes. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. But that's what I keep saying to everybody. I don't win. I don't win these thingies as in spots or whatever. I don't disagree with spots. I don't disagree with auctions either. But I win more at I win more at auctions. I win more at auctions. I win a lot more at auctions. Because this one's 1984 Toronto. It's in a box of its own. It's in a box of its own. They must have done 18 different boxes. That looks different to the other ones. Some shape or form. 1834, Toronto to 1984, but the detail in it is very well. You can actually see all the detail in it a lot better than you normally see in the other ones. So there must have been different versions of it. You can see all the detail in it. I don't like Queen Elizabeth. I don't like Queen Elizabeth on them. Blah! Blah! But I suppose there's got to be some king or queen. Got to be some king or queen. Stamped by Her Majesty. Her Majesty. Or His Majesty. Because it says tokens. It says on it tokens and metal art. Because I saw something. There was something I saw. Maybe I dropped it. I don't know. I thought I'd seen a little. So it was like a shape, like a funny looking thing. So it was. I don't know. Probably there somewhere. Not me. I drop things sometimes. I know. There was no queens on the because it was more emperors, wasn't it? Emperors. It was more male figures than what was female figures. Because see, the thing is Lady Di was meant to go in that royal family. But I don't still understand why she was never crowned. But the thing is, she was royalty on her own, as in Lady Di. She actually belonged to the Spencer family, the Spencer family, and they married into the Spencer family. That's what they wanted. She was a lady. That's why she was named Lady Diana. Because she was the Spencer family, and they only marry into royals or people of the manors, where they're big. And when they talk about a manor, you're talking about a big house, and plenty acres, and that's why. But they never actually made her a queen. They never actually crowned her. But I don't see. A lot of people think it was a conspiracy that they killed her up. They killed her off, as in that death was done deliberate. It was done deliberately to kill her off. But see, Diana had this thing that she wanted to help all these foreign countries out. That's what she wanted to do, and I actually liked her because she was helping all these third world countries out and all that carry on, where she was shaking the hands and all the rest. And that's why our two boys, Andrew and the other one, William, ended up in the army because they wanted to protect their own country, but they're not just protecting their own country. They're going into these places as in where as in foreign countries, and shaking royalty hands and all the rest, and signing agreements and signing contracts to open doors. There's a lot of things getting done behind the scenes that they don't talk about because it's too much to the public, the actual public. But they're trying to open doors. Because I don't know why he decided that. Obviously, he was married to this American woman or whatever. I don't know. I don't understand that. But then I'm thinking maybe he wasn't allowed in America or something, and they decided that was the best option. But she might be coming for wealthy back. She might be coming for wealthy background. She might have wealthy background or family that are royals in some way, in some shape or form. Oh, definitely 710. See, I don't start talking about politics on the channel and all that, Karen, because I don't want to get into it, because I'm not really into news, but that's why I like the coins, because there's a lot of history behind the coins. And this is why I like the coins, because it shows you something on a coin and you go, I noticed, I know that, or I've seen that before. You're trying to remember back history. So it's like a history lesson in its own. It's like the one with the telephone in it. I can't remember if it was Alexander Graham Bell. But that was some of it is British history. But was it British history? Even though that it's on an American coin or whatever coin that I saw it on. And I'm not going to start saying that we're better than yous lot, and because you can say the same about us, it's vice versa. And that's why I was like, I don't want to. I remember the time that the Americans came over to do the remote control race, and we're laughing and joking and all the rest, but it was a good crack. And they were over here, as in it was like a race meeting, as in with RC cars, but it was like nitromethane. They use nitromethane, as in, but they're only like scale cars, like 1/8 scale. When you're talking like they're only that, but about that with an engine in them, and they were laughing and joking. But they like the British. The Americans love the British because of the accent. And that's why I don't get into conflict with the Americans either, because I don't feel it's right. There's nobody better than anybody. We're all good we're all good in our own way, on our own unique way as well. And some of us are very talented, but some of us don't always show our hand with the things that we do. But a lot of information gets let out for which we don't get paid for, as an information that's valuable, that's actually valuable information. No, because that box has been sitting under there for months. It's been sitting under there, hiding under my chair, hiding under my chair, and I was like, I need to change that box, because there was a box sitting in my seat. I was like, right, that needs to come off that seat so I can sit the other day. I'm trying to not make it fall down. That's two bits I've been into. I've got another 2 bits left, and they feel heavy as well. But something's telling me that these is going to be pennies or something. Something's telling me that these are going to be rolls of pennies. That's it. Andrew laughs about it. He's like, ha! Alex getting more rolls than Greg's. Because Greg's is a baker's. Greg's is a baker's over here. I heard that phone ding. It's probably text telling me. She'll be telling me as and where she's coming home or what she's doing. Even if she doesn't come home, I'll decide what I'm going to do, and then I'll either order it or whatever. Because all I need to do is text it, as in for a delivery or whatever I feel one. I think he's a pennies. I think everybody wonders why I buy pennies for. Nobody's ever asked that question. Well, why do you buy pennies for all that? Is it areas of varieties, or what is it you're actually looking for? Well, I don't know. Mum just daft. I just see it and buy. I just see it and buy it. It says, "Come here, Alex. Come here. Come here. You know you like it. Come here." Pennies thought it was. I don't know if they're bangles or whether they're things. They're 1972D. 1972D. 1971D. 1971, so that'll be P. Usually when it's got no that's P, which is plain. That'll be 70. So there's 71. Because that's what I'm trying to do. 710. I'm trying to get enough rolls, but what I do is when I go through them, I don't look for them for errors and varieties. I'm looking for the best the better looking ones, as in the ones with spots and all that. I'm like, nah, no good. Nah, no good. Nah, no good. That one good. Oh, that one goes here. Right, that one. But a lot of them are like older. You get the older ones that are look dark, that are actually dark in colour. And then I'm like, am I being too hard with them? There's 1970p. They're all red. They're all like red wrappers. See, I found out with Paul Hampton goes after the rolls because he likes the bank rolls, the actual wraps, the wraps himself. So he goes after the wrap, as in the wraps, the different wraps and that. And some of them he doesn't like. He'll have like maybe a roll, and he'll open one roll, but then he'll have so he'll maybe buy like 2 rolls, and he'll open one, and he'll keep one not opened because he's got a thing about the wrappers. Because when I spoke to him one day, I asked him the question. I goes, what is it about them pennies? Because I was interested, because the curiosity get the better of me. And he's like, he says it's the wrappers that's on the other side. And he's like, if you've got any of that. And I was like, well, do you want them coins in them or just the wrappers? And he's like, well, if you got any wrappers, I'd take wrappers. But he's like, I don't want to, as in I won't, as in obviously spend a fortune just for the wrap on their actual wrappers. Because he's got a thing about, that's what a lot of people, it's like some people got a thing about tokens, and that's what they'll buy, just tokens, but they'll buy all different individual ones because there's different designs on different tokens, and they might buy 2 of the same, but they're not two of the same. They might be different when you actually look at them up closely. It'll be like a different design or something that's different about it. So sometimes I do that and I'll go, that's the same as that one, and then I'll look at it and I'll go, no, it's not. No, it's not. It looks the same. It looks the same. It does look the same, very similar. Come on. Where did you... Who fucking wrapped this? Somebody wrapped it and dang me, I can't get it open. Somebody put that much tape on it, 710. I'm having problems with trying to get it back open again with the amount of tape that's on it. And it's not as if it's not like our tape over here, as in it's a lot stronger tape. It's a lot stronger tape. It's a lot thicker. It's a lot thicker. The actual tape is actually thicker. It's more like, it feels like as if it's more like, I don't know how to explain that tape, because it's a lot. It is. It's like 3M, but it's really thick. It's like 2 layers. It's like 2 layers that's upon itself. The way it's done. It's like somebody putting 2 layers on top of each other. That's what it's like. It's that thick. It's like really better quality than your shitty tape that's over here. What is that? That's they're nickel. That's nickels. But they're not all the same. They're not this. Honestly, they're not the same. They're not the same. I don't think so. Because why would I bought as in a full load as in the same year date? Unless I've made a mistake. Because that one's day ones are different. Day ones have got like forest design on them. I think that one's different as well. Because that was the whole idea. That was the whole idea behind the channel. Get as many as possible rolls or whatever, and then start putting them into little lots of their own, and do it that way. But the sort of the better ones, as in if there's any discrepancies on them. I don't see the dates on them or the year on these ones. I can't see the dates on them. there's one that's double ended. You can't see what's that's in the double ended. Because that was the whole idea behind it. People collect what they desire and all. Exactly, aye. I can only see as in the comments I can only see the comments that's going on the thing with the YouTube on the StreamYard side. I can't see what's happening on the YouTube side. So I'm not ignoring anybody. Somebody's obviously sitting there. Somebody's still sat there. Somebody's probably fell asleep. I'm a gardener. I can't get. I can put flares in, but I can't actually thing me. I tend to, if they're out in the wilderness as in flares, I'm alright with them. But if they try to plant them inside or plot them inside, I used to kill them. Because my auntie used to give me plants as in every now and again. And it's like, how's that plant doing? It's doing alright. I know, did it what? I killed it. Or it died off. But I hadn't had the heart to tell her. Ring me, it died off. I must have ring me overwatered it. But that was when I was younger. And my dad's made a set of roses in the back garden, as in wild roses, and every year they would change colour, you get different colours. And then my dad decided one day that he was going to take a hacksaw to them and kill them all eventually. Because he used to just prune them back every year. And Dad get fed up with me that he kept getting scratched and all sorts, and Mum ended up down with she took as in kept saying to him that they need to do something with these as in because obviously they were growing wild. But they were down there was a set along the back and then there was like a fruit branch or whatever and the birds used to peck the berry one. And it used to be beautiful on the back, and then Dad decided that one day he'd chop all the bushes right down, and then he eventually decided fuck it, he's got to take them out or kill them off so that they never come back up again. So it's like down at the bottom of the garden, it's like just a muck pit. It's just like a muck patch where it used to be, as in there used to be bushes and that. And underneath the living room window, there used to be rose bushes. There was 4 of them, and he done the same with them as well. But every year they would grow at different mood. I don't ever remember seeing a red, as in like a red one, a set of red ones. I remember as in seeing a set of pink ones. because I think it depended on the actual weather. That's the colour they would end up going. But it used to go absolutely daft because when you were pruning them back, because of the spikes or the thorns on the actual thorns on them. That's why he hanged me. That's why I cut them all. That's why I cut them to ribbons, because they were cutting him. But that's their defence. That's a rosebush's defence, as in them prickles, as in on the thorns on the boot on the branches. I actually used to like seeing them every year come up and see what colour they would actually turn. I just get fed up with doing with cutting them back. Couldn't be fucking arsed. Because Mum used to do it, and then she said to me, "Well, man, I get fed up with doing this garden all the time. It's always me that does it, nobody else." I think one year she did turn around and tell him, "Oh, it's time for you to do it. For you to do it." And she told him, I think that's when he get fucking pissed off, as when he took a right fucking nut mad turn. They say cut them all back, all done. They're a set of double-ended quarters. So I don't know what will be in them. I've actually got three rolls of quarters to actually open and see if there's any W's or whatever in them. And I kept saying I'll do them, never get done. But then I'm like, well, if I start opening them, as in I wanting to I'd rather get rid of them all, so there's none left, because I feel, well, if you're opening the rolls, they all get battered and bashed and the rest. That's how I was like, well, if I can get 40 or 50 people into as in certain ones, then there's a point of opening them in the first place. Because there's the 50 states quarters. I think that is, it's P and D. That was like, I fucking opened that, I think, yeah, that's in the big bugger. They probably think he must have that much stuff, as in he doesn't know as in what he's got and what he's not got. No, I don't. Because they've not got an organised sheet. That's what people kept saying to me, why don't you make a spreadsheet? Why don't you make a spreadsheet with everything that you've got in database it? Just can't be bothered. I go on what I think I might have or I might not have, and that's how I sort of been staying away from Joe's, because the thing is, it's not because if I go into Joe's, I'll end up buying. I know for a fact that's what will happen. I'll go in there and go, I'm all going in for a couple of bits, or I'm all going in to show my face. I'm all going in there to show my support. And then I might see something, I'll go, I like that, I like that. But then it end up will not be one thing by the time I come out. It will be about 8 or 9 things, depending on who's in there. Because I know there's a lot of new faces. There's 68D. So it is. I'm saying, I hope I don't have a full load of them, 68Ds or whatever. Because knowing me, I bought a set and then 3 weeks or 4 weeks later, forgot that I've actually bought a set of them, and probably been looking for the other their mint mats to go with it and forgot what obviously I've ordered or actually bought at the auction at the time. I do that quite a lot. I don't even see the I'm not even looking at the year date on these. This one says I8 on it. IA. I don't even know what that means. IA. It says looks like a 1A, but then I'm thinking it might not be. It looks more like an I8 on it. 56 quarter, because that's another set of P&Ds. I bet you they're different year dates. P&D. Because it tells me what lot it was, so I would need to go back and look at the spreadsheet and on their auction, as in the auction spreadsheet, whatever date that was, and that'll tell me, because it says lot 19. That one says lot 19. That one says lot 21. So it wouldn't have been the same year. It wouldn't have been the same year. That'd be a different year to them, although it looks the same. That's how I could tell. The heavier ones I usually can tell, as in it'll be pennies or something, because I don't have a lot of dimes, because that'll be in it. Because that's what I'm trying to do. Because there's 1962. There's 1962. 1962 UNC. UNC. This is 1962D. Because that's what I wanted to do. I actually Bigfoot a shout out, look. I actually Bigfoot a shout out, look. It says Bigfoot paid for them. Bigfoot, look. Bigfoot to Alec. Because that's what I tend to do. Try and do the. Because I don't always know that it's just if it's the community one or not. Because it just says Joe Durbin on it, because it usually gets sent to Joe Durbin, because it was cheaper doing it that way. Because there's 2009. There's 2009's. So it is the 2009 P&Ds. Maybe that was the last that might be the last bit. I think maybe that's the last bit. I think this is the last bit. I think it is. I think this is the last bit, guys. I think it's the last of it. The last of it. The last of it. Didn't fall down. No, I don't see it. Oh, devo bagato. They all went home, they all went home for tea. They all went home, they all went home, they all went home for tea. They all went home, they all went home, they all went home for tea. Who's on anyway? Is anybody else on? Is Red by any chance on? Is that what it is? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Red's on. They're all hiding there at Red's. I bet that's where they are. Right guys, thank you very much for your time. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank yous for coming. Thank yous for coming. Thank you for coming.